China's most advanced aircraft carrier, the Fujian, has just taken another major step toward entering full service. Recently seen leaving its shipyard and heading into open waters, the massive 80,000-ton vessel is now undergoing fresh trials that highlight its readiness. With cutting-edge electromagnetic catapults and advanced design features, this ship is unlike anything Asia has built before. The Fujian is not simply China's third aircraft carrier. It is the most advanced ship in its fleet and a technological milestone for Asia. Built at the Jiangnan shipyard in Shanghai, the vessel displaces around 80,000 tons, making it the largest naval vessel ever constructed by an Asian country. Size alone doesn't make it special, though. What sets the Fujian apart is its electromagnetic aircraft launch system, a feature that only the United States had previously mastered with its Gerald R. Ford-class carriers. EMALS operates very differently from traditional steam catapults or ski jump ramps found on older carriers. Instead of using mechanical pressure or ramps to fling planes into the air, it relies on magnetic fields to provide precise acceleration. This allows much larger and heavier aircraft to launch from Fujian's flat deck. For example, where China's first two carriers, the Liaoning and the Shandong, could only operate lighter jets using ski jumps, the Fujian will be able to launch stealth fighters, fixed-wing early warning aircraft, and advanced surveillance planes. The technical advantage here is huge. Early warning aircraft extend a carrier group's visibility hundreds of miles beyond what fighters alone can achieve. That means Fujian could detect incoming threats or track movements far earlier and more effectively. Similarly, stealth fighters can take off fully loaded with weapons and fuel, providing longer endurance and greater flexibility. Another major innovation is Fujian's flat deck design, which eliminates the angled ski jump ramps of its predecessors. This not only maximizes deck space, but also simplifies flight operations, giving the crew more room to manage takeoffs and landings simultaneously. Together, these upgrades elevate the Fujian to the level of a true modern supercarrier, a vessel that signals China's intent to move beyond regional limits and embrace long-range operational capabilities. With these innovations, Fujian has entered a very small club of carriers globally capable of supporting diverse and advanced air wings. Fujian's recent movements are more than just routine tests. They reflect how carefully China is preparing the ship for active deployment. After 3 months of maintenance at Jiangnan shipyard, the carrier was photographed by onlookers as it left the dock, engines powering up and thick smoke billowing from its stacks. What followed was even more revealing. European Space Agency Sentinel-2 satellites spotted the vessel in the East China Sea, heading southward toward the Taiwan Strait and eventually the South China Sea. Japan's Ministry of Defense later confirmed its presence near the Senkaku Islands, Diaoyu Islands in Chinese, along with 2 escorts, the destroyers Hangzhou and Jinan. The Japanese military's Joint Staff Office even released photos showing the Fujian traveling without any visible aircraft on its deck. This suggests that the trials are currently focused on testing propulsion, navigation, and coordination with escorts rather than air wing operations. Shortly after, China's Navy spokesperson, Senior Captain Leng Guowei, announced that the Fujian had embarked on a mission for scientific research, testing, and training. While the language sounds routine, the context is anything but. These waters, the Taiwan Strait and South China Sea, are among the most heavily monitored and strategically sensitive in the world. Sailing a brand new, uncommissioned supercarrier through them is a calculated decision. It communicates readiness and confidence, showing the vessel in real operational environments rather than limiting it to controlled testing grounds. Each of these sea trials is a carefully staged progression. Since its launch in June 2022, Fujian has completed at least 8 trial phases, each building on the last. Early tests focused on propulsion and hull integrity, followed by navigation and systems checks. Now, by venturing into more complex environments with escort ships, the Fujian is moving toward integrated fleet operations. The choice of contested waters also allows engineers and naval planners to gather data in real-world conditions. Ocean currents, regional weather, and the presence of other navies create a challenging backdrop for assessing the ship's performance. These are precisely the kinds of scenarios the Fujian would need to handle once fully operational. Fujian's development carries major implications for the future of naval operations in Asia and beyond. China already possesses the largest navy in the world by hull count, with more than 370 active ships and submarines. However, most of its carriers and larger vessels have until now been considered limited compared to those of established powers like the United States. The Fujian marks a turning point because it is designed not just for numbers, but for capability. With its electromagnetic launch system and flat deck, the Fujian can operate a wider variety of aircraft than the Liaoning or Shandong. Analysts believe this will give China the ability to conduct longer-range operations and maintain more complex air wings at sea. Once commissioned, likely by late 2025, the Fujian will elevate China's carrier program from a developing effort into one with real long-term operational capacity. Strategically, this has several important consequences. First, Fujian enables a more sustained presence at sea. With 3 carriers in total, China could rotate deployments more efficiently, one on duty, one preparing, and one in maintenance. This mirrors the operational cycles practiced by the U.S. Navy, ensuring a more continuous presence in important waters. Second, Fujian enhances the ability to conduct coordinated operations. In June 2025, the Liaoning and Shandong carried out a rare dual-carrier exercise in the Western Pacific. Once the Fujian enters service, China could expand this into triple-carrier operations, something only the most advanced navies have ever attempted. The ability to coordinate multiple carriers opens the door for larger and more sustained maritime activities, including joint drills, humanitarian missions, and disaster response. Third, the Fujian signals a shift in technological self-reliance. While the Liaoning was originally acquired and refurbished, and the Shandong was built based on that design, the Fujian is entirely indigenous, from blueprint to construction. This independence shows that China's shipbuilding industry has matured to the point of producing vessels at the cutting edge of global naval design. For neighboring nations like Japan and the Philippines, the presence of such a ship alters regional planning. For the United States, it raises questions about long-term competition in carrier technology and deployments. But for China, it represents prestige, technological achievement, and the ability to extend maritime presence farther than ever before. The Fujian is no ordinary vessel. With electromagnetic catapults, a massive flat deck, and ongoing trials in challenging waters, it symbolizes a new stage in China's naval development. From its technology to its testing grounds and its future role in regional strategy, Fujian is setting the stage for a significant shift in maritime presence. Commissioning is expected by late 2025, and when that happens, the global balance of carrier capabilities will look different. The Fujian is not just preparing to join the fleet, it is preparing to redefine it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on space exploration and scientific discoveries, and don't forget to leave a comment below. Also, you can visit our website, SpaceEyeNews.com. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.